Hello, my friends of YouTube. We're back in my garage this morning, and I wanted to show you guys, I'm gonna be putting my trays of cabbage and onions into my seed starting area. Now, I did have a video of this, and I can link that so you guys can kind of see, but I want to go over that a little bit more in depth with you. I also want to tell you I'm gonna put links to these trays and these inserts in the description box below. And if you click that link and use the Amazon link that I put down there, that'll help me with my YouTube channel, and there is no additional cost. So I'm gonna link those. I'm also going to link the small grow light that I have been using inside, which I will show you that. So this is the grow light that I've been using. I've used this for about 2 years now. And it just plugs in, and it has a different couple options on it. You can see it has like the red and blue lights. It has just regular lights. To be honest with you, I'm not going to say that I know what the difference is between those, but it has a clamp on the end, and I've just been clamping it on my cabinet that I have had them on. These adjust and move. Now, I mean, I like this, and it was cheap. I think it's like $25, and a lot of grow lights are pretty expensive. So if you need to go the cheap route, this is it does the job. So this will be in the description box below also. Just click that link and you can get that grow light. So what I've been doing with those seedlings is I germinated them on my counter inside. They need a little bit warmer climate to germinate. So I germinated them inside, and then after that we were having pretty warm days. Like, it wasn't getting below 40 degrees during the day. So those are cold weather crops, and so I just moved them outside onto my back porch, and I let them get the natural sunlight. You need to harden off your seedlings like a week before you plant them out. So obviously these are not ready to be planted out for the next couple weeks. And while it was okay to put them on my porch, I'm still gonna have to harden them off. So it is 20 degrees here today, very overcast, no sun. I'm not gonna put these little seedlings out on my porch in the 20-degree weather. So I'm going to put them up in my seedling area. All right, so this is just a box with some plastic on it. I assume that they put the plastic on there so that they could maybe put a little space heater in there and keep the heat in. However, this garage stays pretty warm. Like, it's 20 degrees outside, and I'm in here in just a sweatshirt and a hat. So for these cold weather things, I don't think there's gonna be an issue at all putting them in here. The light is a little bit high, and I don't know if she had any problems doing this. I didn't build this, so the woman that lived here before me built this. And I don't know if she had any problems. But whenever you start out your seedlings, you really want the light to just be about 4 inches above the seedling. And the reason for that is these grow to the light. So if your seedlings are all the way down here, now this isn't, the UV rays from the sun, it's a little bit different than a light. These are gonna try to grow up towards the light. And if the light is too high, they're going to stretch out and try to reach that light, and they're gonna get leggy. And what leggy means is, this one right here, it's kind of leggy. It's getting leggy. So it means that it's tall and kind of flimsy. Now this one right here, those are perfect. Those are perfect. I mean, these look really good. And I have been putting them outside in the natural sun. You don't want your seedlings to get leggy, because when you go to plant them out in the garden, that wind and rain, it's just, you want to have a good, stocky, little strong plant to put out in the garden. So you want to make sure that your lighting is correct. So I'm going to find something to set this 10 by 20 tray on in my seed starting box so that they're closer to the light. So I don't think that I'm gonna have to put a little space heater or anything up there in this box. I think that it's plenty warm enough in this garage for them. I have not yet transplanted all of these into other containers. Like I said in my other video, I have like 36 extra cabbages that I'm gonna take out of these cells and I'm gonna put them in their own pot. And I'll link a video up at the top, and you can see I show you how to transplant a plant out of, you know, there's 3 in this cell right here. You can take those out and put them in their own cells, so you'll have 3 different cabbage plants instead of just pinching them off and thinning them. So I'll link that below if you guys want to watch that. So let's get these put up here, and that way I can show you guys how well this works in the next couple videos and let you guys know how it's going. So these onions, I don't want, you can see they still have the little seeds on the top. This usually happens when you start things inside because it doesn't have the wind and the rain to kind of beat those seeds off, so they get dry and they stick on the top. But you can just roll your finger over the top of it like I'm doing, and they'll come right off. It's not a problem. So I have one box to prop up my cabbage. I don't have a box to prop up my onions, but you can give onions a haircut if they get too long, and I'll probably end up having to do that before I plant these out anyway. You can just kind of cut off the top with scissors. So them getting leggy really isn't a big problem. So let's put these in there. Lost my shoe. Lost my shoe again. This garage. All right, let's plug this bad boy in. Let there be light. Beautiful. Okay, so those are in there. No, this box does not prop them up to be under the light as much as I would like them to be, but this is what I have. Onions, brassicas. They actually have this where you can have heat mats on the bottom. Heat mats are not necessary, guys. Okay, I shouldn't say they're not necessary. They're not always necessary. I could get away with not using the heat mats in this because I just I have a big enough table. I could start a whole thing of seeds that would fit all in this. Let them germinate in my house where it's 70 degrees and then bring them out here and they'll be fine. If you wanted to start all of them out here, it would help the germination for them to be sitting on a heat mat. Heat mats just heat your soil up, and a lot of things like the soil to be 60 to 70 degrees to germinate. Your cold weather stuff, like your broccoli, cabbage, kale, stuff like that, that stuff, you know, that stuff can germinate, I believe, in like 45 degree soil. So, you know, it still might be a little bit too chilly in this garage for them to germinate without a heat mat, but I didn't have a heat mat. I thought that they had left heat mats, and I was wrong. They did not leave heat mats. So I didn't want to buy them this year, and I wanted to start my seeds now. So I didn't. I just germinated them in my house, and it worked perfectly fine. Now, I have bought a heat mat before. Also put that in the description box below. It was a great little heat mat off Amazon. There's multiple heat mats that you can get, but I'll link the one that I had below. There's this fan right here that they put. Fans will blow your seedlings, which is great. The fan blowing your seedlings mimics the wind outside and really helps strengthen those seedlings. So if you don't have a fan, that's okay. Use your hand. Touch your seedlings as much, 2-3 times a day. Every time you come out and check on them, just touch them. Raise your hand over the top of them because it really strengthens their stems, mimics the wind. I mean, think about it. Whenever you put your seedlings out in the garden, they get all the wind that there is. They get all the rain. They need to be strong, and you want those strong plants. You don't want little spindly little plants that are just going to fall over if the wind blows when you put them outside. So strengthen those plants, mimic the wind, touch them, put a fan on them. In a greenhouse, it's ideal to have a fan in your greenhouse. And I still will touch all my seedlings, even if the fan is blowing on them. It's just good for them. Hey, if you guys liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment below what you're starting this year. And from one gardener to another. See you in the next one.